Hi folks, welcome back to another video. I was just changing the bulb on this nice little outside waterproof light. It's got a rubber seal and a cap here to cover the lens. And I was putting these screws in. It's Saturday, it's been a busy week, but I thought this is something that is actually on our specification, on our syllabus, so it is something we could cover. So I'm going to show you these in a sec, and I am going to show you all the different types of screws along with screwdrivers that you need to know for your course. So before I put the last one in, have a look at this. We'll start with this. This is the machine screw. It's flat. It is not pointy here. Okay, so it sits in here. This is a stainless steel machine screw. Once you tighten the opposite one up, you should do its counterpart opposite as well, and tighten them all up. Go back to where you started from because it's loose again. See that? So you learn that. Right. So I'm putting that in, and I want you to see that it is actually put back together nicely, and that's why it's flat. So at the back, it's not sticking out with a pointer. You don't want it to be sharp. So it's nice and flush there, and it's countersunk, so it's nice and flush here. We spoke about countersinking before. Now, I want to show you this little fella here because I think they're super cool. This is called a self-tapping screw. It's self-tapping because it can tap in by itself. It doesn't need a hole to go into, or you don't need to use a drill to make a hole. See that? It's got its own little blade there on the end. They've built them all, each and every one with a little blade there, and it's quite sharp, so it cuts itself. I'm going to pop it in cordless drill. I'm going to show you very quickly how it works, so just stay with me. And we're going to pop up here, and I have a little ladder set up, and you can see them already holding this roof on. So let's see it going in. There you go. How cool is that? Drills into metal and whoop, makes its own hole, and it attaches things like metal roof, stuff like that there. Now, did you hear the little funny noise? I'll make it again. That's a ratchet. It's on very high. I can turn that lower. This is a cordless drill. It has popped up a few years ago. So you need to know that's a battery. You can charge it, put it in there. That little arrow is pointing this way, reverse. The one on this side is pointing that way, forward. So that's reverse. Turn it over, point it forward, right? That is actually, well, I actually don't know what that does. It's got an option for drilling, putting in screws, and that is actually hammer action, okay? And that's the chuck, and there's no chuck key. You just grab it there, and you can change your drill bits, or in this case I'm going to put in a screwdriver bit. I'm going to show you a few screws. So this is quite useful. I'm going to go back to my shed actually, and out of the way. How are you doing? My son's running around there. It's on hammer action, that's why it's so noisy. Let's see, turn that there. Right, so you can reverse the screw. I'll put it in there like that, and the ratchet means you can adjust the amount of force you put on it. So it cuts the drill out so that you don't put too much force on your screws there and put too much pressure on them. Reverse is handy there for taking screws out. That was one of the questions. Let me show you screws, nails as well actually. There's a panel pin. That's a wire nail. That's a countersunk screw. Should be an N there. Countersunk screw. They are all countersunk screws, except this one's brass. This one is stainless steel, so it doesn't rust. This one's steel, and you can see that it's rust, right? All right, so it fits in the piece of material without sticking up. But these ones, the round head is allowed to stick up. So here we've got a machine screw, because they're not pointy, and it's got a round head on this one and a countersunk head on that one. Right, and self-tapping. There, all right. Okay, let's see how the time's going. How to put in a screw is in the next video, because this one's long enough.